Why do we even need to work? It's a question that echoes through late-night conversations, fuels philosophical debates, and perhaps, at some point, has crossed every single one of our minds. In a world increasingly shaped by automation, where the promise of a life free from toil seems tantalizingly close, this question isn't just academic, it's profoundly human. Are we merely cogs in an economic machine, or is there something deeper, something intrinsic that binds us to the act of labor? Prepare to have your understanding of work, and perhaps even yourself, fundamentally shifted. Let's start with the undeniable. At its most basic, work is an economic imperative. Imagine a world where everything you desired, food, shelter, comfort, simply materialize. Sounds utopian, right? But that's not our reality. Our world is defined by scarcity. Our wants always outstrip what's readily available. To bridge that gap, we need to produce. And production, my friends, requires labor. It's the human effort that transforms raw materials into the goods and services we need to survive and thrive. Without it, we'd still be foraging for berries, living hand to mouth. But it gets more fascinating. Early humans quickly discovered something profound: specialization. Instead of everyone trying to do everything, some became expert hunters, others master tool makers. This division of labor wasn't just efficient, it was revolutionary. It allowed societies to produce far more, to innovate faster, and to create a surplus that became the very foundation of civilization itself. Think about it. The moment we could produce more food than we immediately consumed, some individuals were freed up to become builders, thinkers, artists. This wasn't just about survival, it was about the birth of complex society. Beyond the purely economic, work is the invisible scaffolding of our social world. It's how we organize ourselves. Every society, from ancient tribes to modern metropolises, relies on social structures, patterned arrangements of relationships, institutions, and norms. And what's a cornerstone of these structures? The economy, which facilitates the production and exchange of goods. Work gives us roles. Think of it. What do you do? Is often the first question we ask someone new. Your job isn't just a paycheck. It's a social identity, a set of expected behaviors, rights, and obligations. It integrates you into the collective, providing a sense of belonging and predictability. Your workplace isn't just where you earn money, it's often where you find your tribe, your closest friends, and where you hone those crucial social and communication skills. Without work, many would feel adrift, disconnected from the very fabric of community. But here's where it gets truly profound, truly mind-blowing. Strip away the economics, the social structures, and you're left with something deeply personal. Work fulfills fundamental human psychological needs that transcend mere survival. It gives us a sense of identity. Who are you, if not partly defined by what you contribute? It provides purpose, a reason to get up in the morning, a feeling that your efforts, however small, make a difference. This isn't just about grand achievements, it's about the quiet satisfaction of a job well done. And with purpose comes self-esteem and confidence. Accomplishment, contribution, these are powerful boosters for our inner well-being. Work is also a relentless engine of personal growth. It forces us to learn new things, to hone existing skills, to face intellectual challenges that keep our minds sharp and engaged. It exposes us to diverse perspectives, pushing us beyond our comfort zones and fostering a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world. Even if you won't admit it, your brain craves that stimulation, that continuous evolution. Historically, work has been a chameleon, constantly changing its colors. From the basic survival tasks of prehistory, where specialization was born from necessity, to the agricultural revolution that created surpluses and allowed for the rise of complex civilizations. Then came the Industrial Revolution, a seismic shift that organized work on an unprecedented scale, giving birth to factories, and crucially, solidifying the work ethic. The powerful belief that diligence and labor are not just practical, but morally virtuous, character building. Today we live in a post-industrial society where the focus has shifted from manufacturing to services and technology. Manual labor gives way to knowledge-based roles, and theoretical knowledge becomes paramount. Work now often permeates our personal lives, blurring boundaries, but also offering new avenues for personal fulfillment in chosen professions. This brings us to a crucial philosophical tension. The ancient Greeks, surprisingly, often viewed work as a burden, its very word linked to sorrow or punishment. Contrast that with the Protestant work ethic, which saw work as a sign of virtue, a path to personal satisfaction. But perhaps the most mind-blowing perspective comes from Karl Marx. He argued that under certain systems, particularly capitalism, work can become profoundly alienating. Imagine being separated from the very product of your labor, from the joy of your own creative activity, from your fundamental human nature, and even from your fellow workers, pitted against them in a relentless competition. Marx saw work under these conditions as a coercive means of survival, a source of physical and mental burden rather than an expression of human essence. This isn't just economic theory. It's a chilling ethical critique that forces us to ask, if work is necessary, how should it be structured to respect human dignity? And now the future. Automation and AI are rapidly transforming the landscape, raising fears of widespread job displacement. Will robots truly take all our jobs? While some predict mass unemployment, a more nuanced view suggests a complementarity between machines and humans. AI can handle routine tasks, freeing us for higher value activities that demand creativity, problem-solving, and emotional intelligence, uniquely human skills. This leads us to universal basic income, UBI. Proponents see it as a way to alleviate poverty and provide economic security in an automated world. But here's the critical insight. UBI, while addressing financial needs, may not adequately compensate for the non-financial benefits of work. The social interaction, the sense of purpose, the identity, the human desire to contribute, to be productive, to feel useful, is a powerful force that UBI alone might not satisfy. Ultimately, the question isn't whether we need to work, but how we define and engage with it. A healthy work-life balance is foundational to well-being. Too much work leads to burnout. Too much aimless leisure leads to a lack of fulfillment. Work provides purpose, and structure. Leisure allows for recharging and personal growth. They are two sides of the same coin, both essential for a truly flourishing life. And this flourishing isn't just like individuals, it's collective. Access to employment is crucial for the well-being of communities and societies. Work, when organized effectively, contributes to shared prosperity and resilience. So why do we need to work? Because it's woven into the very fabric of our existence. It's an economic necessity, a social glue, a psychological anchor, and a historical constant. The form of work may change, the tools may evolve, and our philosophical understanding may deepen, but the fundamental human drive to contribute, to create, to find purpose, and to connect through productive engagement remains an enduring, powerful, and utterly mind-blowing imperative. The challenge, then, is not to escape work, but to shape its future, ensuring it remains a source of meaning, dignity, and collective good for generations to come.